Hello, Teacher Clara.
Hello, Teacher Dawn.
Thank you for joining us today.
Thank you for having me.
Yes, it is my pleasure. How are you doing?
I am doing great. I just got done with Christmas, so one less thing to worry about.
Yeah, I know. It went by so fast. I can't believe how fast the holidays came and went.
Every year, it seems like it goes faster and faster.
I know. Okay, so why don't you tell us a little bit about yourself?
All right. Well, I just fell into online teaching not too long ago, so I'm sort of a newbie. I've always loved teaching and kind of mentoring people. Both my parents are university professors, so I think teaching is in my blood.
Yes.
But I never really thought about becoming a teacher. So I do project management as my full-time job. And then I wanted to supplement and heard about online ESL teaching and found another company and then found GoGoKid. And I absolutely fell in love with GoGoKid.
Uh,
Yes.
that's awesome. So how long have you been online teaching?
About 2 months.
Okay. All right.
Yes. So
And have you
very
been,
new.
yes, and how long have you been with GoGoKid?
For about a month and a half.
Oh, perfect.
Yes.
Okay. Yeah. So you're new to online teaching and pretty new to GoGoKid also.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Okay. So how did you find out about this whole online teaching?
Um, I think it was through one of the Facebook groups. I'm a mom, and so I'm in a mom Facebook group, and
Yeah.
somebody mentioned about a good work from home job, and they mentioned one of the other companies. So I kind of put it in the back of my head, and then recently I thought, well, I should really check it out and see what it's all about. I think I applied, and then the next day I was able to schedule an interview, and then
Wow.
like 2 days later I was hired. So that was pretty cool.
That's awesome. And so they have changed that much for the better because I started around 6 months ago when they were new and it took forever to get an interview.
Oh,
It
really?
took a long
Okay.
time. So that is, I love the way this company is growing and improving. And so that's great. You were able to get an interview right away.
Yes, yes, I was very lucky for sure.
I'd like to ask you about your connections with students. What in your opinion is a good connection?
That that's a very good question. I think it varies. I have certainly noticed that the younger levels is where my sweet spot is. And
Mm,
with those kids, 4, 5, 6 years old, if I make them laugh,
yeah.
then they're repeating everything that I do. I'll even do funny things like, ooh, toes, and plug my nose. And then they'll do it, and then throughout the lesson, they'll be like, toes, toes. And, sometimes it could get a little bit out of hand,
Yeah.
but the majority of the time I know I've made that connection. They're going to keep repeating that. And, then I've seen those same kids rebook me. So I think that that's something that makes a great connection for me, is making sure that I make it interesting for them. One of my regular students now is this sweet, sweet girl. She's 4 years old, and I didn't get her as a trial, but I got her for one of her first lessons, since she's kept on um, taking classes with me. And just recently, every class, she's just so excited, and I see her practicing in the big, before the camera turns on with her mom.
I love
And
that.
yeah, and so with Christmas, we had a little bit of time. We had a short class, and I showed her my Christmas tree in the house. So I took the computer and showed her my Christmas tree. And so actually this morning, I could hear her practicing before class. Her mom was saying, Christmas tree, Christmas tree. And then when I open up my camera, she shows me she's done this beautiful paper Christmas tree that looks like something out of Pinterest. And that was just so cool. So she's probably my favorite student.
Oh,
They always leave me very nice comments, and I've started noticing, oh, she has a little brother, so I'll say hi to the brother, and the
oh,
mom always says hi. So it's great. It's like a friendship, that
yeah.
an unexpected friendship, which is wonderful.
I love that. That is so awesome. And so how has that affected you?
Well, that just it makes me think project management is great, but teaching online is so much more rewarding.
So much.
I would love to be able to do this full time. So we'll see. That's how
Perfect.
much it's affected me.
Yeah, I love it. I love those connections that we make with our students and their parents too. I love it. I try to end every class saying goodbye to the parents so
Yes,
that they can be involved. And then that kind of, I think, makes the connection even stronger between the students.
absolutely.
How has teaching at GoGo Kid helped you grow as a teacher and as a person?
Hmm. Um, well, I feel the curriculum, which is one of the reasons why when I found GoGo Kid, I stopped giving hours at the other place. I
Mhm.
love the way the curriculum is laid out. I love the way it looks. It's just very engaging. So definitely being able to teach at GoGo Kid and having the workshops and having just a very positive, supporting community of fellow teachers, it makes a big difference. It just makes me happy to come to work every morning, wake up at 4 in the morning so I
Yeah.
can teach. And yeah, and I've noticed, in the beginning I was getting only trials, and now I have core students. So clearly I'm doing something right.
Yes. Yes.
And practice makes you perfect. So I've noticed things that work and things that don't work. And like I said, the curriculum just makes it easy to be invested in the classes that I'm teaching.
Good. So I have to ask you, before you did this job, did you ever think you would wake up at 4 a.m. on a regular basis?
No. No, not at all. I actually shameless plug here. I have a YouTube channel, and I'm getting ready to post a video on being a morning person
Oh,
because
good.
it
We'll
was
link it. We'll put it in the comments.
okay, cool.
Yeah.
It was a revelation to me that I could actually enjoy getting up at 4 in the morning and be happy and perky, and then the rest of my day is just great. I go into work. I've been awake for 4 hours, and everybody's like,
So
Monday.
you're still working full time. You do this and then go to
Yes.
work?
Yes,
Wow. Do you teach on the weekends too?
I do.
You are young and you are healthy and you have a lot of energy.
I guess so. Yeah, I do it a lot. That's something I do want to say for new teachers that may be watching this is make sure you pace yourself because it is
Mhm.
such a fun job. It's easy to lose track of, how much you're putting into it. And I think I need to monitor myself. I know for
Yes,
sure.
before you burn out. Yeah.
Yep, because I don't want to burn out. I love it so much.
Yes, and like you said, for new teachers, when I was new, I was teaching every day also, and then I kind of got a little burnt out, and then I just kind of made a promise to myself I wouldn't teach on weekends. So at least I have the weekends to sleep in. Now I've started teaching on Saturdays again, but I take Sundays off,
Good.
so I have at
Maybe,
least one day a week.
yeah, maybe I need to do that. There's 2 days a week that I have early meetings, so I can't teach
Oh
anyway.
yeah.
I have to, get ready and go out the door quickly. So those are my 2 days off. But yeah, don't burn out.
Don't burn out. Don't. It's very easy to do in this
Yeah.
job. It's very easy.
Yeah.
Okay, so what is it you love most about teaching at GoGo Kid?
Uh, well, like I said, I mean, everything really. It's hard to pick something that's
Yeah.
the most. Like I said, between the curriculum, just the great students we've had, the support from the community, and then I've noticed, I still kind of am active with the other company,
Yeah.
but I have noticed that GoGo Kid staff is so much more supportive, and they really do care. They're listening to our concerns. They're right there fixing issues for us.
Mhm.
And so it's great. And I love being able to be a part of a growing company and not
Mm.
jump in when they have thousands and thousands and thousands of teachers and you're kind of struggling to make your mark and get out there.
I agree. I love that also. It's so cool to be with a startup like right from the start and
Yeah.
see how they are growing. It's like almost every week there are new changes.
Yeah.
Better. Yeah. So that is,
So when did you start with GoGo Kid?
I just signed my second contract. So I started
Congrats.
around 6.5 months ago. when they were really, really new. So when I started, it was different because I didn't get booked for a long time. And I actually just made my bonus, the bonus where you have to teach 3 classes in 30 days. Like it was day 29 and I had just taught my 3rd class. So it was before they started their big advertising. And I knew that during my interview, she said, we're not really going to start advertising until August. I think I joined in July.
Okay.
But then now I'm fully booked. Actually, it started like 2 months ago. I started getting cores and now I'm fully booked. So it's been
awesome.
Yeah. And
well, congratulations.
Thank you. And to you too. You started getting booked really quick. That's awesome.
I got lucky. I don't know.
No, I've referred quite a few people and they all say they are getting bookings right away now. So they're getting busier. They're growing, which is amazing. I was actually talking with them in the office and they said the peak times are 80% booked during the week. So if any teacher opens the peak times, there's an 80% chance that it will book. Clara, so if you had a friend and they came to you and said, this sounds really cool. I am really interested in trying this out, but I am scared. Is it real? Do you get paid? What is going on? What kind of advice would you give to them?
Yeah, right. I think all the questions that we've had before, yes. I know I did. Definitely, first of all, it is a legitimate job. I've already gotten my first paycheck. So I can vouch that it is real. No, it's not a pyramid scheme. Yes, it's fun to refer people because we enjoy, and I think I speak for a lot of teachers, we enjoy what we do. So we want to share that same joy with this job. And really, I think the biggest takeaway is I think you will be surprised at how much you'll enjoy this. Even if you're not a teacher at heart, even if teaching has never crossed your mind, I think once you have that interaction with that student and that energy coming back at you, it's just so cool. And I mean, what other job lets you work in your PJ pants, just roll out of bed? All I have is just a sweater and a scarf. Yeah. Nobody knows I have, little pajama pants.
Yeah, same with me.
So it's just a great job, and you can do it from anywhere. So if you're someone that maybe is doing this supplementary and you're traveling, you're hesitant because maybe you don't know how much you can handle, well, you can do it as much or as little as you want, and you can travel and still teach. So yes, it's the perfect job.
All right, Clara. Well, thanks so much for talking with me. We will link your YouTube channel below, and people definitely should check that out and watch your video. You said you're doing a new video on
becoming a morning person.
Very good. I wish I saw that 2.5 years ago when I started. Now I'm a morning person. You can't help it. But back then I really needed help. So anyone who's to watch that video for sure.
Exactly. That might be one of the hesitations for new teachers, which is why I want to make sure people know how to do it.
All right, Clara, thanks so much.
Thank you for having me.
You're welcome. Bye-bye.
See you later.
Bye.